Hello and welcome to the channel. I am Chris Nether. You are here within the Faegroves, ready for a tale. I am so very glad to be able to share this with you all, and I am very glad to be able to share the following people with you, as we have some guests here on this channel. We have seen some of these people here before in chat or even on screen. But we also have someone who is, I believe, relatively new to some folks. So we're just going to dive right in and say hi.
Punch things.
Hello, everyone.
Exactly. Just
hello.
start
Hello.
punching
Hi.
things. Hello.
I hear some lively conversation.
We decided to start punching ghosts.
You decided to start punching ghosts. I don't know if this is the right game for that.
Okay.
I'll
be patient.
Okay. But hello, everyone. I am very glad to see all of you. I would like to give you all a moment to introduce yourself to the people who may or may not know you. Starting from the top, I would say, Alvrans.
Oh, starting with me. Okay,
Me.
that means everyone's got to follow my example. I'm Alvarant. I go by any pronouns, so you can use me for practice if you need to. I occasionally stream on Twitch. Other than that, I'm pretty much a social media recluse. I will be playing at some point, because we're not doing the investigations this session, but I'll be playing Isaac Rock, a superstitious occultist who solves mysteries.
Ooh.
Nice. Thank you very much. Then we go to Amelia, or Girl of Diamond. Hello, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Well, I'm Amelia. I go by Deshi. I stream occasionally as well as Girl of Diamond, but basically it's been sewing the past few weeks. I love the Magnus archives. I cosplay from there as well. And in the future session, I will be playing Sock, who is an obsessive investigator who moves like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then we come to Stranger Peace.
Hello, everybody. And I am Stranger Peace. I am a cryptid on Twitch, but I am slowly making my return as the environs allow. I am a variety horror streamer as well as a TTRPG designer. And I have been extremely fortunate enough to be invited here to be a protector for the group. I'm going to be playing in a future session Whittier Gadby. Somewhere around there, I think is where his voice is going to be. And he is an inquisitive protector who helps their friends.
Wonderful. Also, look everyone, I did it! I've got a TTRPG designer on stream! Yay!
That's
Yay!
so cool! We're gonna be so safe.
Yeah. And for those who don't yet know, my pronouns are they, he. But there are channel points where that may or may not change. But yeah, also I forgot in my excitement to thank people who are here in chat and congratulate Kamesy on being first. Candy Coded Reality, Dove, congratulations on being second. And I believe we have a Sarah, perpetually exhausted, redeeming third. Well done, all of you. We also see a Miss Tori in chat. We see a Fadelay in chat. We see all these lovely folks already making a blanky fort, because that's very important in this kind of stream. Because
safe.
We are playing the Magnus Archive role-playing game, and the Magnus Archives is both a podcast and a horror podcast, And as such, there are some horror standard content warnings to be aware of, given that we are going to be starting this session by making our own statement, which is the inciting incident for our upcoming investigation. I cannot yet say with any certainty what may happen or what may not happen. However, Elvrins, Amelia, Stranger Beast, and I have, prior to this session, set up a list of lines and veils, lines being things we do not deal with in our session, veils being things that may come up but will not come up in a graphic or very detailed fashion. And we also have set up what I would like to call spotlights. These are things that either one or more players would like to have happen in the session. Again, this is not, how do you say, guaranteed, but it is something that we might want to move towards, and these can be, in this case, demonic possession, mind control, gaslighting, and psychological torture. Given the subject matter that we are dealing with, if there are things here or things that will come up that you are not comfortable with, please choose yourself rather than whatever entertainment that we may come up with. Please choose for yourself, and if you need to step back, I completely understand. Thank you so much for the follow. I should see if I can...
Yay, Caitlin!
That was very loud. It's gone now. I'll have to check whether or not that works. Thank you so much for pinning that, Kamesy, and for setting up the content warning command. Also, before we get really started, I would like to give a little shout out to Stranger Peace, who has made the background music, the background sound that you are now hearing.
It's so good.
Oh,
It is
thank you.
very
So good.
I'm just gonna be over here blushing, but yeah,
I was just like,
to make
hey,
this.
Stranger Peace, I know that you like do these kind of things. Do you have any suggestions for mood music that I might be able to set up? And they were like, I can make some. Okay.
Whoa.
I love that you actually nailed the delivery as I was typing it, because that was literally the mood that I was getting. Like, I can make some.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right then. Today, we are starting our Magnus Archives story. And by starting this, we are starting with a statement. For those who may not know the Magnus Archives, an episode usually begins with, some tedious paperwork or some office stuff that happens. And then a statement will be written out, something that involves the supernatural in some way, the scary, the creepy, the eerie. And today, we are going to write our own statement. The statement process that we are going to go through is it's a process of communal storytelling. At the start, the statement does not have to involve the player characters that we will be playing with in our later investigation. They might have a slight connection to it, they might not. but it's something that they are going to be looking into as they are investigators themselves. As we begin our statement, I would like to talk amongst ourselves and decide which of us, or which of you three, would like to be the statement author. That is, the person who comes up with who this statement is going to focus on, who is giving this statement.
Who has the best handwriting?
Oh, do not worry about handwriting. I have Affinity Designer ready and waiting with a typewriter font.
Damn.
Nice. Shout out to Affinity.
Agreed.
Right.
Something fuck Adobe.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, this. I'm gonna have a stroopwafel and think about it.
I'd say choose one of the other two.
Okay.
All right, I'll volunteer as tribute.
Alvarez, thank you very much. So, one player needs to be the statement author. In this case, it's going to be Alvarez. We use the term author because the statements most often begin in written form, even if they are later recorded as audio. Very likely in a campaign, there will be many statements, but in this case, it's going to be the one. Alvarez, if you would like, I would ask you to create a name for the person that is giving this statement. And also an occupation or a profession for this person.
It's on PDF
Okay.
page 160, by the way. Or 185, actually.
185 in the book, yes.
I just open it and I just see very dramatically, I love my wife. Even after she tried to kill me, I still love her.
That is a very good suggestion for how a statement can start, yes.
Okay. I'm writing some last names.
Mhm.
Which one of these should I pick?
Number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Timothy Oliver is the name.
Timothy Oliver.
Yes.
Timothy Oliver, very nice. Witness name is Timothy Oliver. All right. And I think, given the fact that we are going to be doing this like one time on stream, if anyone has input other than Alvarez about Timothy Oliver's profession or occupation, please feel free to tell us.
Oh no. There goes my Chrome again.
Oh no!
Oh,
it's
no.
still up. It's still up.
There. Should be good.
Yeah. So, what does Timothy Oliver do?
Rent homes. I don't know.
Oh, landlord?
Sure.
Oh no, are we going the evil route?
Oh,
We're going
dear.
to the anti-capitalism route.
Oh no. Now,
I mean,
Timothy, look, just because he gives a statement doesn't mean that he has to be a good guy.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But we can go
Escape
for
room
landlord.
designer seems
That sounds kind
pretty
of
Escape
cool.
room designer. Okay,
Oh, okay.
that
Who is also
doesn't-
a landlord.
no, we can go just escape room designer, and we don't have to go into class warfare. No, we don't have to. As a treat, we can not do that.
As a treat.
Okay.
Okay. Timothy Oliver, escape room designer. Is excellent. I think this also kind of pushes us towards where we think this investigation is set. As an escape room, usually escape rooms are in, larger towns to cities.
Hell yeah.
More metropolitan areas.
Yes. Given that the Magnus Archives is very British of a podcast, do we want this to be set in a city on the British Isles?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time you start a sentence with the Magnus Archives is
A podcast.
a podcast. Yeah. Every time I'm just like, am I going to say it? No, I can't.
I have a large map of cities in the British Isles. Do we want something, say, northern, southern?
Give
Let's
us
go ahead.
from the south.
Yeah.
Okay.
British Isles. My brain went Cardiff from Wales in the south.
Cardiff. Okay.
Okay.
We can do Cardiff. Absolutely.
Hold
So
on. I have a very specific question for the chat. What does the perfume smell like? What the hell? A Magnus Archives perfume?
oh dear,
Yeah, that's
what is going on there?
Anyway, continue. Don't mind me.
No, it's okay. So we have Cardiff, or Cardiff, or Cardiff, and let's see.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's cool.
My designer just crashed, unfortunately, so I have to
Rest
do
in
so-
peace.
Yeah.
That's
Timothy
in chat.
Oliver escape room designer. And we have our investigation set in Cardiff. So Timothy Oliver is maybe Welsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Pete, you're lucky the camera isn't on.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'd like an escape room designer in Wales. Yeah, trying out one of those. Actually, I don't know how escape room design would work in England. I'm gonna quick Google that.
Sure. I wonder if there is going to be like a major difference or anything that you might think would be very different. As we have our witness name and incident location, we shall start and think of our first sentence or two on how this statement starts. A suggestion that Amelia also read was, I love my wife. Even after she tried to kill me, I still loved her. Another option could be, I'm not very good at my job, but really it's my boss's fault. Stuff like that. Something evocative, like why is this person here? Why has this person experienced what they've experienced? Or maybe it's something how this person is feeling about giving the statement in the first place.
Is that something we can all think about?
Absolutely.
Because I also saw a good suggestion in the chat about not being able, like, the designer not being able to escape his own escape room or something like that.
That is something that will come up later, but that is a very good idea.
Chat participation medal.
So the question is we're trying to figure out the evocative like first statement, correct?
Yes.
Yes, the
Yes.
first sentence. That's like, oh my god.
First line.
The first line. Okay. The I remember flicking the light switch to turn the black lights on, and I saw the message then. I can't stop
Ooh.
dreaming about it.
Ooh.
Okay. I remember flicking the light switch on. Light switch to turn on
The black light.
the black lights. I saw the message. What did you say again?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I saw the message on the wall, and I've been dreaming about it ever since.
Okay. Okay, I think that's a very evocative start.
Intriguing.
Which is also, I think, a good point to kind of pull back, because this seems very in medias res, like very, like, something has already happened.
Right.
So what has happened before?
Good.
Just like weird people going into the escape room.
Okay, could be.
It was
What kinda- what-
something very strange about the people.
Okay.
Good.
That's... Oh,
Hello, Eleanor. That
Ooh,
was,
or
sorry.
little designs changing in the escape room that the designer hadn't accounted for?
oh, that's possible.
I was thinking in the terms of gaslighting. The escape room is gaslighting the individual by having that feeling of, you ever walk into a room and forget why you walked in there?
Oh,
My
Threshold
God.
cognition. Yeah, threshold cognition's real good. I like that.
okay. That's very good.
Now imagine threshold cognition in an escape room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is going to turn weird.
Yeah. I remember flicking the light switch to turn on the black lights. I saw the message on the wall, and I've been dreaming about it ever since. I think it started when our escape room business was relatively new.
Something happened the previous day, and
Only
then you went
a
to
year
check
old.
on-
We started only a year ago.
Maybe weird people went in, and then when you went to check on them, they were gone, and so the next day there was a message on the wall?
Hmm. Okay. I think that's going to be eerie anyway. Like, an escape room specifically, like, I don't know much about escape room design, but I do know that people running escape rooms keep a very close eye on things.
They have like a bazillion cameras behind the scenes.
And to make sure that people don't, trash the place. Um,
Or bonk their head on the same question over and over.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just embellishing things here a little as I'm writing some stuff. And starting like I think it started when our escape room business was relatively new. We started only a year ago. We had several theme rooms. Of course, one was Doctor Who. I mean, we're in Cardiff. We have
Cardiff. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe, of course, one was the TARDIS.
Right. Building on both what Amelia and Alvarez were saying, it was a fairly kitschy affair. We had kids in during the day, and eventually it would peter out towards closing. I remember, though, every single night for about a week, we had a group of 3, each dressed in tight-fitting tuxedos that were always a little bit frayed at the shoulders. They moved, well, they probably, it was just the suits or the lighting or something, but it just seemed like they moved with a quality of motion that reminded me of those old films. Like the camera frame rate was wrong, but they seemed nice enough, and we got in. Sorry, I'm just riffing.
No, absolutely, go for it. Like that's how this works.
It's great. Impressive. Keep going.
And then Alvarez, I really like your idea of the threshold cognition. And it was so strange because after they left, it was like cleaning up and resetting the puzzles. I would walk into a room and I would forget why I was there over and over again. And it didn't matter. I started bringing stenopads and any bureau I could find is just, right there on the pad. I would write down what I need to do. Reset clock puzzle, clean up garbage. Because if I didn't, I would just forget. Almost like I'd forget who I was.
And then at some point, whatever is written on the booklet also changes.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
That's a really good kickoff.
So then he's like looking at his booklet, and then he sees that in his handwriting is something. Then he's like, "Did I really write that?" But he can't remember. And then it's like, "Okay, sure." And at some point, it should say something really fucked up.
Oh, of course.
Like, get rid of the body or something.
Ooh.
Could always just do classic get out.
Ooh.
Don't turn on the black lights, which is how you get back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's a good one. So it was so strange. After they finished the room, and I went in to reset everything. It was like walking into the room made me forget what I was supposed to do. Keep forgetting that when I have control left and stuff like that to move through the text, I'm also moving my model.
It's been very entertaining.
I'm so sorry.
No need to apologize.
You're good.
It's also when I think Alvarin said he had to go check something. It looked like Nether was like moving over to check something themselves. It's like, oh yeah, let me just walk away and check that real quick.
read these other steps while we're finishing that.
Are you typing this anywhere we can see, or?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But actually, given that we are not necessarily using Foundry, I can set up something. Hold on.
This is no longer a statement, it's a group project and we're all working in the same Google Docs file.
I mean,
there. Affinity designer.
Not incorrect.
It is not incorrect. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me see. This should be here. Then underneath everything.
TTRPG with homework.
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah. I mean, definitely for the DM, right? Poor Nether.
I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
You say that now.
Also, let me see. There we go. I'll just...
Man.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh.
A TRPG with homework makes me cringe as a GM. It's like there should always be homework. Know what your abilities are.
Yeah, I am so sorry.
Yeah, resetting your spells and everything.
So yeah, I've not been adding like big details, but I'm like adding a little bit of flair to the statement.
Absolutely.
Reset the clock puzzle, clean up the Mars bar wrapper. I'd seen someone drop, which is a wrapper, not a rapid. Oh, witching hour. Just because you play a barbarian, there's going to be homework. Emotional homework.
Just check how much.
Where does your rage come from?
Right. What is the root of your rage?
Look, wizards have spells to figure out. Barbarians have issues to work through.
I'm a barbarian psychoanalyst, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
So which one of you is the barbarian and which one of you is the therapist?
Oh, that's real.
No,
Hi, Gamesy.
Zoom every time. It's so funny.
I need to stop that.
Skip across the screen. A board and red string. Now you're talking.
To reset the clock puzzle.
You see, this is just a one-shot. But after 20 one-shots is no longer a one-shot.
Look, I know I have bad time management, but please. I've been very good with it for the last
You're not allowed
couple
to go
of
home.
Oh no, Games, you were not necessarily family friendly.
What was it again? Was it NG? No.
We're above PG-13. I believe our idea was R-rated
Yes.
rather than NC-17 because there's not going to be nudity or anything.
Right.
But yeah, we were talking about how Timothy was having to start
keeping a stenopad,
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, and so in order to remember the task, because every single time after...
I am not American. What is a stenopad?
Oh, sorry. A small notebook, just a little palm notebook.
Yeah.
That you flip around.
I know the ones you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
It got so bad that I needed
That flip horizontally instead of vertically.
not just bring
No, wait, the other way around.
the escape room or the room checklist, but I notepad writing with my own writing of what it was I needed to do first. Every time those three guys in suits rented a room?
Yeah, I think it's
Do
probably
you rent
Yeah.
an escape room?
Yeah, so like
mean-
you rent time in it basically.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know the specifics.
Yeah, it's more like what is the verbiage that is
Right.
used here? Is
I think it
homework
is
will be
rent.
going to an escape room and
Oh.
forgetting our names.
Every time they booked a room, we can just use
booked a room? Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
You take your Americentrism and explain yourself instead.
I very much understand Gamesy's
Yeah.
vehemence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now for the rest of the world.
Right.
Got so bad that I needed to not just bring the room checklist, but a notepad with my own writing of what it was I needed to do first. Every time those three guys in suits booked a room.
Right.
Oh shit. Oh no.
The next
I'll learn a
war
Welsh
is-
accent.
The next
Mm,
war is going to be Kamesy.
You don't have to learn a Welsh accent. Timothy could have moved to Wales.
When he was younger.
No, but there's people in Wales! There's people in Cardiff that you have to talk
We
to.
don't care. They're all American now. That's,
No!
that's the strangest part. They're all American.
It doesn't have to be a strong Wales accent. I mean, Keestrith lives in Wales and
Mhm.
speaks with a lot of Welsh people.
True. I think I'll just have to watch more High Rollers and listen to
Fair.
Kim attempt to do a Welsh accent.
Just gotta find someone who already speaks that
Gaffith.
way and just try to piss them off.
No, piss them off.
Okay.
No, it's very fun. And as a tangent, High Rollers British actual play stream podcast. The line that Kim uses to get into character for her like lion man druid is "Hello, I'm Griffith from tomorrow." And it just immediately goes into that not actually Welsh because it is a fantasy accent because of D&D. Still.
It's a very keen accent, you know.
Yeah.
I remember flicking the light switch to turn on the black lights. I saw the message on the wall, and I've been dreaming about it ever since.
Yes.
You know, yeah, it's like even just a little.
Just a
Can
little.
I just say, Peace, your voice is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Can I just say, Peace, your mic is very good.
Yeah, that's
Mike is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a lot of the mic. But yeah, no, the mic really.
And I do not mean that as a jab, because yes, your voice is very good.
But also, like, as a person, it's a necessity because I have a low baritone voice, right? And so, and Nether, you know the pain of this, where you basically have to EQ the mic completely differently than you might otherwise have to. Otherwise, I end up sounding like mud. It just, it sounds like this, like
Whoa.
and next thing you know, it's like, next thing you know, I sound like corpse husband.
Anyways,
And-
that had to be said. Now let's move on.
yes.
I forgot where we were in so it got
The
about
guys in the suits in the room, and then he has to
Yeah.
go like clean later, and then he forgets shit, and then he has his notepad, but something else is written on it. Then he actually wrote, but he
Right.
did not
Yes.
remember.
in the book, do you want to interject with anything?
So far,
GM.
I am very happy with how things are going. I think that I think we need to introduce an NPC here, someone working with Timothy,
Coworker?
a coworker.
A named
think-
coworker?
I think this is going to be a named coworker. And I think her name is Patrice.
Patrice.
First and last names, please.
First and last names.
Oh, do I need
That's
to
what they
put
say.
last name as
Yeah.
well?
I think. Let me find a good proper Welsh last name.
DM. Does my
Yeah.
character need a last name?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Because like even people with mononyms like Beyonce and Cher, they have last names for the government.
Yes, okay. Well, first name Sock, last name Drawer?
So that is genuinely a question. Is Sock the actual name of this character, or is this a name that they're being called?
Well, they changed their name to Sock.
Okay, like official paperwork?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, then the last name should be something general.
Could be.
No, it
Doesn't have to be.
doesn't have to be. I knew, and there's a like Phar, beautiful name, Far.
Mm-hmm.
She had a brother named Easton. Their last name was West. Far West and Easton West.
Wow.
Amazing.
But yeah,
If it turns
Those
out
were their
it's not
legal
my
names.
missing twin, I'll go ballistic. I love that.
but yeah, Fele offers the suggestion. I think pronounced Bevan.
Sure.
So this wasn't all that hard, but
Not
my
Sock.
colleague Patrice gave no, not gave me shit, that's American. My colleague Patrice took the piss out of me every time I brought that
Chat,
note.
I'm writing this down. This is really good lore. Entity of the laundromat.
Before we started our session, we were already talking that I am an avatar of the bathroom.
Avatar of the bathroom. I am the avatar of the laundromat. Who's next?
We'll figure it out.
Took the piss out of me.
See, I would think that Sock would be an avatar of the lonely if it was a missing twin.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
True,
You're
true.
right.
True. What was Patrice like?
What was Patrice like? I think she's kind
Would
of
she be observant?
college/university age. I think younger than Timothy.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, Timothy is kind of like in his 30s, and she's around 23, 25.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have another NPC in chat.
Oh no.
Not Uncle Sam Ford truck. Uh, oh, a Patrice Mécanique d'Annalise Cardinal.
Jamesy, you don't even play Genshin Impact.
Just
It
want
was
to
all
hear
over
you say
TikTok.
it. It's like the perfect voice to say that as well.
Mhm.
Aw.
Yeah. I am not as gravelly.
But you're just as smooth. Oh.
Why, thank you.
I wish I was on camera. You would have seen the finger guns, but you know, they were implied
Next
heavily.
session, next session.
It's
Right.
fine. It's the finger guns that kill Kamesy. It's not the voice, it's the finger guns. Obviously.
So took the piss out of Timothy every time, brought the notepad. And which then would probably lead the first time the handwriting changed. He probably dismissed it.
Oh,
because,
as saying
as
that
a prank
Patrice
or
was the one that wrote it.
Yeah. So, as another evening came and
Hank
With-
Kerchief.
those. What would Timothy call them? Weirdos? Odd jobs?
I'd say
Hold on.
odd jobs is a fun word. Is a fun string of words. Definitely, if they're in suits, they look like they're going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that as this would have been recorded, it would be an ellipses and then just like a capital S suits, but
Yes.
said with some form of disdain,
Ooh.
because he's
Yeah.
The
blaming
suits.
them.
It's giving the mechanisms.
Yeah.
yeah.
So a clear sneer on the recording. Booking the room. Let's just say booking the TARDIS room.
Sure.
Sure.
And having learned my lesson, I brought checklist and I brought my notepad and Patrice made another comment about it, and I went to work. But somehow, what was on my notepad was not what I'd written down.
Same color pen though.
It was the same pen, yeah, ink. It was same ink, or yeah, same color ink. Yeah.
Yeah. It
And-
seemed to be written with the exact pen I brought with me.
It was the same color ink, and it was the same words, but in a different handwriting.
Ooh, same words, different handwriting is interesting. It's like, clearly I know I've written this, but it's not my handwriting.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah, and I think that's a fascinating approach to this, because it means that it would make the accusation for Patrice a little bit more like pointed, because it's like, well, did you just lose my notebook and then replace it and copy all the notes down? Like, what is happening?
Yeah. a bit of mistrust among the people. To
Wait,
get our horrors
Don't
going.
say that didn't wake me up. I just put up with it. Or no.
Ooh, that's also a good one from the chat, saying that the pen was like a special heirloom or something that they got special for their birthday, and then they are like, "How did you get my special pen?"
I think that might be something that Timothy starts using to kind of like try and convince himself that like
Yes.
it's Patrice staking the pen. Like that's his idea.
I'm just handing you what's in chat.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you, chat, by the way.
Yeah.
You're getting head pats from me.
Hold
I'm
ahead.
quick do a bio break. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to take a break very soon anyway, so we might as well take that break right now. Is everyone okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like where it's going so far as well.
Yeah, me too.
Good job.
Good job, everyone.
Good job, chat.
Okay, we'll see you in a moment. Goodbye.
More like dragon rompa. Ha 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 ha.
Cool. What's your safe bullets? I mean, I have enough bullets.
Moving fast, and it's so good.
That is so good. That is so good.
We run as fast as time in Beaumont while walking like Mega Man.
Oh no, oh no. What?
Oh shit. What the fuck? We just walked in. We just walked in.
Okay. Let's close that door. Oh, balls, balls, balls. Oh, so many balls. Balls. Oh, no.
It made him think of me, but like, I think of people all the time. I see Bulbasaur things, I think of Bulba. I see silly cat memes, I think of Genderbuster. You know? It's a whole thing. I see spicy art, I think of Stab and Flutus. Anyway. You never know. You! Exactly. Also, whenever I see cursed memes, Bulba,
Zelda Lo-Fi. Which would not have been, like, the worst thing in the world, but, you know, it wouldn't have been as fun as talking to my friends while I was crafting. Oh, you don't hear the lo-fi? Okay. That's interesting. Wait, more admin. Pause the crafting, do the admin.
Is Jet ready to receive waste balls? I hope so. We'll be giving another away at 12K.
Is that what you wanted?
Press A to deflect. Oh! Tennis! 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 Oh my gosh! Okay, that's really cool. That's extremely satisfying.
Look at these hanging shelves, mother dicker! Motherfucking piece of damn it! Fucking dicks, ass, fuck, piss, dongs, just so many dongs! I keep forgetting that the shelves exist which is unfortunate because, like, there's so many good shelves in this fucking video.
Alice, listen to me. You've been a very, very naughty girl. And you need to understand. You need to take some time and...
And
Sometimes I use my
here
voice
we
for
go.
evil.
Sometimes you use your voice for evil.
Manipulation. I see you.
Sometimes you just kind of dial in the baritone and go from there, and be like, hello, Kamesy, hello, Nether, you're doing great today.
Why, thank you.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
exactly.
And sometimes what you gotta do is kill Kamesy. In little ways.
Murder. It was nice knowing you, Kimsey.
To avoid the word, the challenge rating is low. It is not a hard encounter.
Hanging fruit.
And also because of what Faye said, because
yes,
you are good, and you deserve to be told.
So good.
That's good. Yeah.
So good.
We love you, Kimsey. Kamesy, well done. Does that work?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Woo!
Wait, is that just the end of Evangelion?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. The last thing that we've written, but somehow what was on my notepad was not what I'd written down. It was the same color ink, and it was the same words, but it wasn't my handwriting. I can't say that didn't shake me up, but I just put up with it for now. Getting out of the room. Shot Reese. Nasty. A nasty look. And she pretended that she had no idea why I was so dour?
Dour's a good word.
Can you spell it for me?
D-O-U-R. Dour.
Yep. Doer.
We have some new folks in chat, so to kind of get our
My girlfriend.
your girlfriend.
Hello,
to get
wife.
our thoughts in order, I'll read the statement as we have it for now, and I'll try, or should I not try, a Welsh accent?
You don't have to try a Welsh accent for the
Fair
moment.
enough. Not for the
Ranger
moment.
Peace will do the entire statement at the end, and
Ooh.
ultimately kill KMZ.
That sounds like it.
Okay.
I remember flicking the light switch to turn on the black lights. I then saw the message on the wall, and I've been dreaming about it ever since. I think it started when our escape room business was relatively new. We started only a year ago. We had several theme rooms. Of course, one was the TARDIS. It was a kitschy place with kids during the day and rowdy adults in the evening. One night, there was a trio of folks wearing weird, tight tuxedos with torn stitching at the shoulder. They moved oddly, like looking at film run at the wrong speed through a projector. It was so strange. After they finished the room and I went in to reset everything, it was like walking into the room made me completely forget what I was supposed to do. After a few times, I started writing down what I needed to do. Reset the clock puzzle, clean up the Mars bar wrapper I'd see someone drop. It got so bad that I needed to not just bring the room checklist, but a notepad with my own writing of what it was I needed to do first, every time those three guys in suits booked a room. This wasn't all that hard, but my colleague Patrice, Bevan, took the piss out of me every time I brought that notepad. So, as another evening came and went with those suits, booking the TARDIS room, and having learned my lesson, I brought the checklist, and I brought my notepad, and Patrice made another comment about it, and I went to work. But somehow, what was on my notepad was not what I'd written down. It was the same color ink, and it was the same words, but it wasn't my handwriting. I can't say that didn't shake me up, but I just put up with it for now. Getting out of the room, I shot Patrice a nasty look, and she pretended that she had no idea why I was so dour.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Awesome.
And then Alvarez had the idea of the sort of second time this happens, or a different time this happens, is when we get basically tying it back to turning on the black light and seeing the message in the same handwriting on the wall.
Goopy.
A month or so later, was those three visiting again, and it was once again my job to reset the room. Should we do the flicking the light switch here?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely where it says flicking the light switch, don't turn on the black light, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Like, it's remembering that, okay, I went to go reset the thing, and then the next thing that I remember is looking down at my notepad, seeing this.
Wait, could you repeat that?
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's definitely kind of like I went in to go start resetting things, but the next thing I remember is looking down at my notepad and seeing "Don't turn on the black light" or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's a far more intense aspect of threshold cognition.
The next thing I remember is looking down at my notepad and reading do not turn on the black light.
But then the question is, different handwriting or their own?
That is something I think you three should decide.
I think different handwriting, so he can pin it on Patrice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Where, you know, it turns out, you know, it starts as her handwriting, and then it could go into his, or just, you know, that kind of thing. I've been thinking a lot about what have we decided what message was on the wall?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. I don't. This just popped into my head, but it does not. This is just to play with. So the final line of Poe's Red Death is and darkness and decay, and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. What if we just had
Good morning, boy.
and darkness and decay held illimitable dominion over all. And I'll post that in chat here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Illimitable. Ooh.
Illimitable. Yes. Which would probably be unsettling to see in an escape room.
It's better than what I was going to do. I was just going to play on the aspects of the escape room and make it punny and just be like, there is no escape.
Oh, that's good though. Like that absolutely, yeah. Like I like there is no escape. Mm-hmm.
Maybe the message could change over time.
Yeah, the message could change over time, or it could be, you know, there's different messages in different rooms.
Yeah. And then he goes persistently looking for them or something.
Right.
Or he's like, I swear I wanted to do that, but then I came out of it and I still did not do that.
He's just here making a case that he definitely did not write that. I would swear to that in court if necessary.
Nice.
I swear, officer, he ran into my knife.
37 times.
37 times.
He had it coming.
At some point, I had to stop counting.
So he reads, do not turn on the black light.
He never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Somehow. Don't know why. But I ignored that note. Thank you, Tori.
Someone needs to keep a counter next session of how many times I don't know what we said. Probably a lot.
I ignored that note. And yeah, flicked on the switch. Yeah, good. You got it.
Read the message on the wall. So are we going to go with there is no escape? Or and darkness and decay held illimitable dominion over all? Because if we're going to go for darkness and decay, I need to read up on Poe.
You know what? I'm for. I like there is no escape. I like the changing message idea quite a lot. I think that's good. So I'm good with either.
But I think then there's going to be a point where if the message changes every time that he needs to clean it up, there has to be one that really, really strikes fear in his heart.
Sure. Good.
Because that will tie back to the first sentence.
Yeah, exactly. Dreaming about it ever since. So what is poor
His
Timothy?
personal information, his IP, his internet history.
I know what you fapped to last summer.
Exactly.
Let's maybe not go that way.
Whatever you do, delete my internet browser history.
Oh, Tori, nice.
Oh, I like that though. Yeah.
Ooh. And then he's gonna be like, oh no, I forgot. Who is protecting what? How? What? How? Huh?
Written in...
Yeah, I think a personal message to someone who keeps forgetting stuff
Yeah.
will definitely haunt someone.
Shining in the UV light. Invisible to the normal
To the naked eye.
Is it called tube lighting?
Tube lighting?
No.
Like the regular lights? Like LEDs?
No, not the LEDs, the...
Fluorescence?
I know the Dutch word, elbows, but I don't know what it is in English. I'm looking it up now.
Is it?
Isn't that just like...
Can you spell the Dutch
Fluorescent tube. Okay, it is fluorescent tube.
Okay.
In English, I think they're just fluorescent.
Invisible to the normal fluorescent.
Is it OU or UO?
Fluorescent is UO.
Yep, UO, and sometimes we call them neon lights because we're very confused.
It's the American way, I tell you.
Yeah.
Shining in the UV light, invisible to the fluorescent tube lights. There was a message on the... Oh, read the message on the wall. There it was.
Is it with the same pen ink or is it in like blood?
Well, if it wasn't blood, he would have seen it.
Okay. If you say so.
I think
It's
so.
magical blood.
Oh.
It could be as if it was written in blood and then cleaned away.
Oh, yeah. As if
That's
it was
splatter type
written
of
in
text.
blood. Spatters. It read... Let's start with there is no escape. That brings us
How about
to...
making it more personal?
In next messages, you mean?
Sure.
Okay, I've made a copy. We're
Or
going
like,
into page 2.
Or like, I know there's no escape.
I ran out of the room to confront Patrice.
Patricia!
I told her it wasn't funny anymore. It had never been funny.
And it never will be funny.
I'm wondering if Timothy is at the moment already looking into maybe getting some professional help.
No, maybe just another notepad. Maybe he wants to record it so he can be like, okay, this is what I need to do. And this is what I'm doing.
I don't remember any statements where they start getting help beforehand. Unless
Yeah,
it
that's
was...
true. That's true. You're right.
That's interesting. So you mentioned recording on like a video recording device or an audio recording device, and that would probably be an interesting intermediary up until the one that really kicks it into high gear and forces him to go to the institute.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you want to go the video route, you could have him basically seeing, okay, I'm going to walk into this threshold. What happens when I enter the room? And having like, you know, a 1 or 2 second flash and the room is different. You know, and then that's the part that he forgets every time, you know, or at least something is indicating, some supernatural thing is indicating a glitch of some kind.
Then he watches the video back and it's like, that's not how the room was.
Right.
And he might see something changing things.
Right. It might be simple, like the furniture's in a different area, or it could be as drastic as, you know,
totally different wallpaper.
You know, it could be different wallpaper. It could be there are people there,
I mean,
standing
it is
and
the
pointing.
TARDIS.
So
I ran out of the room to confront Patrice. I told her it wasn't funny anymore. It had never been funny, and it never would be. She still pretended to have no idea, even like it was me trying to mess with her.
Good.
Then he needs to egg her on and be like, go on, go look then. And then instead of her forgetting about the corridors will forget about her and she will be lost. Huzzah! Eaten. By a door.
No, a
Sounds
door.
familiar.
Ellen, no.
Is it yellow? Now it's blue. But will he remember? No, he will not.
That's a good question. Are we following the Magnus lore that digital recordings are corruptible, but magnetic tape isn't?
We could. I think that's a fair point.
I mean, yeah, probably. So he will attempt it, and then he will be like, here, Institute, see this, and then it will be absolutely nothing.
Well, that is definitely a part that basically comes after the whole, like the finished statement, where it's like, unquote, me as the archivist in this scenario going, well, we've checked this out and we've seen on the evidence that there was absolutely nothing, blah, blah, blah. And that is where we'll like start our investigation with you having the statement and the additional information from the archive.
Yes.
It was getting harder to be cheerful at work.
Oh no, it's depressed.
I mean, yeah.
I think it was getting harder to be cheerful at work. You could... I mean, you could always go with the trouble sleeping, but I could also see like the threshold cognition starting to like happen when he arrives.
Oh yeah.
Like the scope starts to drift a little.
Ooh, then he goes to work and he's like, wait, why did I come here?
And focus very well, and sometimes time would just slip away from me. One moment, I walk into work. The next, I was back on the bus, headed home. These gaps in memory are starting to happen more and more often, even on days off. And every time those three would book a room, Reese would have something else to do, or he wouldn't be there, and it was me who was left clean up after them. Tried.
I think. Oh no, you're not finished yet.
Oh,
Keep going.
I tried remembering to check
Oh no, it's getting worse.
the walls for messages, and they were always I think a couple
How does
messages
he know?
here, because those are the things he remembers.
Right.
Do I remember? No.
I think the last message is the one that he has nightmares about.
Right.
Should be like he decides to and maybe this is me adding too many details, but tries to like break in to see if it's something there, or after hours to take a look at the space to see if it's continuing even after hours or things along those lines.
Good.
Turns on the lights and then sees the message.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, I know we're not quite there yet, but
I have something to add to that, even though the book says that I really shouldn't.
Oh no, by all means, add to things.
Now I'm
We have-
intrigued.
We have been loosely following the book.
Correct.
So the idea
The book
is
help, it's not a rule book.
True.
It's a help book.
So what I'm thinking is, like, these messages start escalating. Timothy does maybe go back after hours to kind of figure out, like, hey, who is doing this? Why is this happening? And then the last message, or maybe the second to last message, is like something like check the closet, or check the drawer, or something, like check a compartment. And he finds dozens and dozens of torn shoulder suits.
Ooh.
Good. That, and you're heading the direction that occurred while I was listening here was he sees the same suits that they were wearing, and he turns and walks staggering back into the lobby, and they're standing there in front of the door, arranged in a sort of a two in the back, one in the front,
A V formation.
A V formation. And it was then that it occurred to him he never remembered their faces.
He never saw them leave.
He never saw them leave. And now he sees their faces, and they're all his.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
And then that's when he runs out of the space and heads to the Institute.
Exactly.
Maybe not immediately afterwards, but
right
afterwards enough.
Oh, there are such good ideas for this. Thank you.
But then shouldn't it be the message that really gets to him, but the face that he finally saw?
Right.
We can always edit the beginning as well if it's not the message that makes him freak out. Like, we could actually make it about threshold cognition, which is, have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's also a good start.
There's no escape. We can't ever leave. Something finds us here. We always... No, well, maybe not. We can't ever leave. There's no escape. We always return.
We always return, yeah.
Something binds us here. We always return.
Then as a side note, should we, if we go to investigate, also take a picture of this guy's face with us?
Not a bad idea.
Hmm.
I mean, we could look them up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's modern day things, so we can look them up pretty easy.
I'm trying to come up with some more ominous messages.
I'm typing some in chat. One moment.
Okay. Excellent.
We got nightmare fuel, guys. Don't worry.
Just adding another content warning in here. I hope everyone is having a good time.
I'm having
Oh,
a
very much
wonderful
so.
time.
I'm just getting one more out here. I have an ominous thing generator in my brain. I can just like blurp.
Wonderful.
That's incredible.
And now, for some reason, I'm imagining simply having a wonderful archives time.
Oh no, not the Paul McCartney.
Stop. Stop. There's probably going to be some references I won't be able to understand.
Sarah, I love that. Corrupted photos whenever someone posts pictures from the TARDIS room.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real fight to remember what we came there for. Return to the Institute. How was the research? Huh?
What research?
Research?
What research? Wasn't it a company outing?
I know what I'm getting for my next bit of equipment now.
Space.
A notepad.
How about we change your face was always ours, you were always ours?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. These are all revisable.
One of us. One of us.
Lament. Loss. My goodness.
One of us. One of us.
My laughter ceases. I
Doctor Who?
Why. I don't know why I still thought it was Patrice doing this. Never.
Very elaborate joke for a
indicated.
college student who doesn't have the time.
Yeah, she never indicated she had such interests. But what else? Who else could it be?
Question.
Yesterday.
Why are the hallways hungry?
why are the hallways hungry? That's something we might need to figure out.
Yeah, I guess.
So one of the things
Always
that is,
being.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
All I was going to say is like a lot of these sorts of things are meant for creating the kinds of ambiguity that, because especially when like we leave things unresolved and a sort of lingering sense of mystery, it can get like really, really creepy and haunting, right?
Yes.
Because it's like,
Because we don't know.
We don't
just
know.
don't know.
Right.
Even in this particular case, we don't know if it's the spiral because of stuff like the hallways being hungry or the places shifting, or if it's the stranger in regards to uncanniness. So even people who are more familiar with the entities don't necessarily know which one it is going in.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Our eyes are on you. Ooh.
Yeah. Perfect.
Absolutely. Witching Hour says that multiple fears can work in one space.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're holding hands. How nice.
The room once again. The message was somehow more coherent.
Over!
Hello, Raiders!
Hello,
Just so you
Raiders.
know, we are working on a Magnus Archives statement for an upcoming investigation. So, there are some horror vibes here. Just so you know.
Over. Hope you're doing wonderful. Hope your stream was great.
Hey, thank you for the shout out. Everyone go follow Albuquerque.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't have to tell him that.
Quick, what's the word? Quick summary of what we've been doing. This is a statement of a guy who works at a escape room, who has to clean up after some weird dudes in suits, and every time he does, he starts forgetting stuff. But there's messages on the wall.
Dramatic retelling?
I think Stranger Peace will do the honor when we're done.
Yes.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
So yesterday, cleaning the room once again, the message was somehow more coherent. And that honestly terrified me, as I was cleaning. I looked at the wall with the black light on. It said, check the... Trying to figure out, is there a particular cabinet in the TARDIS? Like, I know there's, like, lots of places where they find stuff, but...
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it is just sort of like as the writing needs.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Exactly.
It's hard to point to a specific room here.
Let's just say check the cabinet.
Yeah.
I am unfortunately the wrong person to ask.
No worries.
I also know nothing about Doctor Who.
Yeah, fair enough. Espace room. The escape room. TARDIS. Escape room. Add a Victorian cabinet in the corner of the room. It was technically for a set Dressing. Meow.
Yeah.
Hello, cat.
And only one puzzle piece was in
I love how Alvarin's
one of the
picture changes when the cat meows.
Oh yeah. Oh. Alvarin's picture is specifically designed after the cat you hear. His name is Baloo.
Baloo. Aww.
And he is very, very loud. I love him.
Yes, I hear you.
But as I investigated, as I opened the door of the cabinet,
Speak your piece.
dozens of black braid suits tumbled out, torn at the shoulders.
So the real terror that we're trying to find here consists of...
Yeah. Please do give Baloo scratchies, Alrons.
He's in my lap right now, so
Okay.
I'm giving him
I
good
want
pets and whatnot.
But not scratch cards. We do not want Baloo addicted.
Quality content. Indeed.
As you open the door of the cabinet, dozens of black frayed suits tumbled out onto the shoulders.
Stumble back, turning my head to the door. The message still shining on the wall had changed. Something like the time of joining has come.
Okay.
One of us. One of
Exactly.
us.
I like that. I like that. It depends on...
You're
You have
ours
many
now.
suits that fit.
Oh, there we go.
When the suit fits, wear it.
Hmm. That seems too poetic for what the messages say. Or, like, not poetic, but more like... different
Go
tone
on.
of poetic.
Let's see. I'm just gonna word vomit some stuff in the chat here.
Okay.
Chat input is also welcome.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't already known.
There's no guarantee we'll use it, but like there's a lot of hee-hoo going on in chat.
Because I bet
That
there's
is
also
true.
some very, very creative people in chat.
Oh, I know so. Also sneaky. Plug for Stranger Beast, who made the background music you hear.
Oh.
It's so good. Releases on Spotify soon, I hear.
I have to set that up, but yeah, I'm just glad it worked. You know, this is
Oh,
something I
absolutely.
enjoy doing. It's just something I enjoy.
Well, we enjoy hearing it.
Blushing cherry tomato.
Yay.
Just put a red
writing-
filter over the profile picture.
Yeah, just the
Hold
quick
on.
red filter.
Picture of a tomato. That's me.
Actually, that's too much effort for now. Sorry. We'll do that for next time.
Next.
That's
Next.
real.
How audible is it on stream?
Should be pretty audible.
Ooh. An eternity of
Ooh.
joining awaits. Bespoke and beset.
Oh,
Tailored for your seconds to inhabit.
it's good.
It's like tailored for you personally, but that's because they're suits.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
so.
Tailored for you. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
so
what?
interesting knowing the qualities of my character as well.
Yeah.
I think tailored for your seconds to inhabit is great.
And then that's when he sees the faces.
Yeah.
The faces.
Are the faces, are the people in the suits in the room with him, and that he runs past them, or are they in the
Outside
in the corridor?
room, blocking his way.
I think they just appearing in the room would be freaky.
Yeah.
But because he needs a way to escape, so I would make it so it's not the corridor, or if or he has to get out through the emergency escape. One of the two.
In front of the words shown on the wall. 3 suit wearing figures stood silently.
Ooh, coming out of the shadows in the room. Won't the room be dark-ish?
Darkish, yeah.
Room full
As
of
if
shadows.
they had just
They step from out of the TARDIS.
stepped out of the shadows.
Ooh.
One in front, flanked by the other two.
Hello.
Up until then, their faces had never stood out to me.
It's more like he never remembered the faces. I don't know if
Oh.
that fits better.
I mean, he's already been suffering memory loss, so that makes sense. I wonder if that is something that he would have noticed, that it is the memory loss. So now they were as sharp as they stood out to me, as sharp as any knife.
Then it's double the stood out.
Yeah, that's true. Up until then, I had never noticed their faces. Really, never really noticed. We want to go with I never really remembered their faces?
I don't know, it's just a suggestion.
No, that's fair.
I like remembered.
Yep.
Because, yeah, especially if we change the beginning.
Yes.
So now they stood out to me as sharp
Exactly,
as any
Tori.
knife.
When the cat meows, Alvarin's meows.
And with that, we go into page 3.
Wow. Those are some words.
Those are some words.
Long statement.
Yeah.
Well, aren't statements usually already like a good 15 minutes?
True. But I don't know if the game decides, like, hey, this is how long a statement should be. So we might be on the long side of things.
Oh. We can always cut out details afterward.
Faces for my own. Three other Timothys.
each leering coolly back at me. Emptiness in their eyes. Malice in their mouth.
Each leering at me with empty eyes. Malice in their mouths. Sounds very poetic and very cool. How
Tasty.
does that look?
A malicious smirk. You know.
They're still chewing on it.
Or if you want to go a different route, you could go neutral mask route. Yeah. But
I think the smirk on their lips is a good idea.
Okay.
So one in the middle knelt down and picked up one of the suit jackets that had tumbled out of the cabinet. Giving it a measured clap to knock down any dust from the midnight fabric. That's when I ran. I don't remember getting on the bus or buying the train ticket, but I knew what folks here would know what to do. That's what you do, right? That's what you deal with. I just hope. I hope Reese doesn't come into work today. I should call her. I'll message her.
Plot twist, she's totally fine.
Maybe. But I think... Do we want anything more than this?
I think it's awesome.
I think that's good.
yeah, this is enough to work with.
I think that works. Let me,
Actually, that's an excellent question. Nether, do you think you have enough to work with?
Oh, I absolutely have enough to
Yeah.
work with.
All right, there we go. We're good.
Let me copy this to one certain stranger piece so that they may have something to read.
Absolutely.
So this is page 1.
Excellent.
Do we need a tape recorder? I have one.
Stranger piece, do you have a tape recorder audio?
Actually, I do have a filter for it. It'll take me a sec to boot up, but I can do that for you. Just one moment. I just have to boot up my DAW.
They're so
here.
prepared.
Well, I try to be. All right, so we're gonna. Cool. apologies for the. Thank you for your patience here.
Yeah, no worries.
You're good.
Okay. And there we go. And we're going to go with audio mic line, different device. Thank you. And there we go. Apply that. And okay, one moment. And actually, we can. Somewhere
Over the rainbow?
Yeah, I was
over
about to
the-
say.
Yeah, exactly. Somewhere over the rainbow here. And let me do one more thing so I can actually hear myself.
Might be nice.
That might be necessary here. Like, actually necessary.
Boy, Alice.
Hello.
Okay. All right.
Thank you to everyone for sticking around.
Yeah.
I think we created something really cool together.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely.
I think so too. Now, let's see if this will work. Because now we have to get to the part where it works with Discord. And that's always
Fight.
the trick.
Fight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And
Who's winning?
right, exactly.
The audience.
How do I sound right now?
Whoa.
Oh, that feels intercom-y.
Intercom here, so let's go ahead and change that real quick.
Yeah, it sounds like you are actually the escape room person. And we are in the escape room listening.
We need a hint!
We need a hint. I already broke off the door handle.
How about this? Is this better?
It's very much
Now I'm just
distant.
remembering the escape room episode of Game Changer.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Where they just break
Right on
things
that.
immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Peace, you're like barely audible.
Oh, barely audible? Okay, interesting. Okay. Let's go.
What we do for immersion.
For immersion. Oh my god.
Yeah, you do sound doubled.
Oh, doubled. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. This
You
is
have
what
like
I
a
was
backup
afraid of.
choir.
A backup choir. That's funny. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I still sound doubled?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay, that's fascinating. All right.
I think it tripled by now.
Okay. I'm gonna play with this at a different juncture because apparently Discord is
a hater.
Jerk. Yeah, Discord's a hater. But don't worry.
It's
We're gonna
still
switch back
doubled.
over to here. Can you hear me normally now?
Much
Yeah,
better.
you're
Yeah.
good.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah, so I'll play with that eventually. But I will go ahead and read this. Come on. There we go. I remember flicking the light switch to turn on the black lights. I saw the message on the wall and I can't sleep anymore. I think it started when our escape room business was relatively new. We started only a year ago. We had several theme rooms, and of course one was the TARDIS. It was a kitschy place with kids during the day and rowdy adults in the evening. One night there was a trio of folks wearing weird, tight tuxedos with torn stitching at the shoulders. Normally we'd just write it off as another Halloween costume, but they moved oddly. Like You'd blink, and just for a moment, they looked like film run at the wrong speed through a projector. It was so strange. After they finished the room, I went in to reset everything, just like normal. You walk into the room, and you clean up. But with them, it was like walking into the room made me completely forget what I was supposed to do. After a few times, I started writing down what I needed to do. Reset the clock puzzle, clean up the Mars bar wrapper I'd seen someone drop. But it didn't get better. It got so bad that I needed to not just bring the room checklist, but a notepad with my own writing of what it was I needed to do first. Every time those 3 guys in suits booked a room. Look, this wasn't all that hard, but my colleague, Patrice Bevan, took the piss out of me every time I brought that notepad. So as another evening came and I went with those suits, booking the TARDIS room, having learned my lesson, I brought the checklist, brought my notepad. Patrice made another comment, of course, and I went to work. But somehow, what was on my notepad was not what I'd written down. Same color ink. It was the same words, but it wasn't my handwriting. I can't say that didn't shake me up, but I just put up with it for the moment. Getting out of the room, I shot Patrice a nasty look, and of course she pretended that she had no idea why I was so dour. A month or so later, it was those 3 visiting again, and it was once again my job to reset the room. I went in, started resetting everything, and then the next thing I remember is looking down at my notepad and reading, "Do not turn on the black light." It wasn't in my handwriting. I'd swear to that in court if necessary. But somehow, I don't know why, I ignored that note. I flicked on the light switch, read the message on the wall. Shining in the UV light, invisible to the fluorescent tube lights, as if it was written in blood spatters. It read, "There is no escape." I ran out of the room to confront Patrice. I told her it wasn't funny anymore. It had never been funny, and it never would be funny. She still pretended to have no idea, even acting like it was me trying to mess with her. It was getting harder to be cheerful at work. I couldn't focus very well. Sometimes time would just slip away from me. One moment I walk into work, the next I was back on the bus headed home. These gaps in memory were starting to happen more and more often, even on days off. And every time those 3 suits would book a room, Patrice would have something else to do, or she wouldn't be there, and it was me who was left to clean up after their mess. I tried remembering to check the walls for messages. They were always there, but they changed. They were always different. Something binds us here. We always return. Your hallways are hungry. You were always ours. We are meant for loss. My laughter ceases. I don't know why I still thought it was Patrice doing this. She never indicated she had such interests, but what else? Who else could it be? Yesterday, cleaning the room once again, the message was somehow more coherent. And that honestly terrified me. As I was cleaning, I looked at the wall with the black light on. It said, "Check the cabinet." The TARDIS escape room had a Victorian cabinet in the corner of the room. It was technically set dressing, and only one puzzle piece was in one of the drawers. But as I opened the door of the cabinet, dozens of black, frayed suits tumbled out, torn at the shoulders. I stumbled back, turning my head to the door. The message still shining on the wall had changed. Tailored for your seconds to inhabit. In front of the words that shone on the wall, 3 suit-wearing figures stood silent as death, as if they had just stepped out of the shadows. One in front, flanked by the other 2. And up until then, I realized I had never really remembered their faces, though now they stood out to me as sharp as any knife. Their faces were my own. 3 other Timothys, each leering at me with empty eyes, a malicious smirk on their lips. The one in the middle, he knelt down, and I saw myself pick up one of those suit jackets that had tumbled out of the cabinet. And he gave it a measured slap to knock down any dust from the midnight fabric. And he grinned. That's when I ran. I don't remember getting on the bus or buying the train ticket, but I knew that folks here would know what to do. It's what you do, right? It's what you deal with. I just hope. I hope Patrice doesn't come into work today. I should message her about that before I sleep.
And a round of applause.
Statements.
Good
Statements.
God, that was insane.
Oh, wow. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
That was very good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course. Whew.
And recording.
Good writing.
And
as
recording.
well.
That concludes our statement.
So Archivist win.
We are not going to be doing our investigation today. And we'll have to figure out a date for when next to play, because I'm not going to ask you to play on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve.
Thank you.
Fadelay had a
But
very
it's going
good
to be
time.
a Tuesday. It'll definitely be a Tuesday.
That's the plan, yes. But somewhere soon in the next year.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I would like to thank our 3 players here, Alvrance, Amelia, Girl of Diamond, and Stranger Peace, for your presence, your input. We couldn't have made this without you. And I think there is a question that I should ask in the group chat for just a moment.
Yes, secret questions.
Secrets. It's a whisper.
Also, thank you for inviting us. This was an absolute honor. It's been great to work with you,
I'm
Alvarez.
so
and
glad
Amelia.
you asked me.
Yeah, it's very, very, very good. So thank you.
It's honestly, I definitely wanted to have you around my table one day sometime, Stranger Peace. And when I brought up this idea with Amelia, I remember them going just, yes, absolutely, yes.
Yes.
But with that question answered, I'm going to say we're going to take a short break. And then afterwards, we'll be back talking a little bit about character creation, because some of us have already gone through most of the steps, but there's a couple things that we haven't done yet. And now that we're all here, it might be a good idea to get that sorted. So with that said, we'll be right back after some ads and some shout-outs. We'll see you then.
See you in a bit.
promise you.
Come into my
He knows
house.
everyone
There's
in town
something
and
that
everything that
arouses
happens
me,
here.
and I'd like you
I'm
to
sure
look
he
at
does.
it.
Oh, Mudge. Oh, Mudge. Can I... Hang on. Fuck. Not... Ray, no, I'm trying to read the chat. Don't flirt with me. Fuck, I can't use the scroll wheel. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm taking...
On the shoulders. Oh yeah, that one as well. So 25. No, you're alright. This is what you paid for. You got the legs. Very, very fluffy legs. And yeah. So does that.
Head empty is indeed an A+. Alright, let's go ahead and... I mean, I would ask where you would want this, but I do kind of feel like the obvious choice is just, you know, put it right on, you know, yep, I'm just gonna have this, What? So...
Good boy, it's time to wake up. Please get out of bed now, will you? Don't forget to brush your teeth, sis. And don't forget to call the doctor to schedule your physical.
There we go. Well, he is being very needy in general. Meow. Meow.
Oh, idiot. What did I just do? I don't remember getting that power.
I can't put the box down, Tori. I want to just huck it. Like, if this were me, I would just fastball special this little parcel into their goddamn room and then parkour my way back to my truck and get a quarter pounder with cheese and then quit my job.
We can too. And maybe see a dragon along the way.
No, but I want to get eaten.
Never know. Let's keep an eye out.
The whole point of starting this playthrough.
On that note, I better get...
It's one of those things that's guaranteed to make me laugh no matter what I'm doing. I just stopped and woke up to yells. This is where my brain is. Came say hi. I'm sorry I woke you up.
It's fun. In American, double crochet is English quadruple crochet. So it's the other way. So like English, it's a double crochet, and then in US terms, it's a single, and then in English, triple crochet is a US double crochet, which is
Exactly. Not a single lick of context. How many licks does it take to you get to the context of it?
Girl! My, what a gregarious one you are. Enthusiasm is certainly welcome in this place of meditation, but its rites are not meant for common folk. Does he know how many licks it takes to get to a Tootsie Pop? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And welcome back.
Let's go.
We have had our bio breaks. We have hopefully stretched.
Yes. I
Yes.
stood up. Does that count?
Yeah, a little. But we are currently going to finish up some of our character stuff because Alvrans and Amelia, you had already gone through most of the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stranger Peace, you have given me a bit of a skeleton for the character already.
Yep. I'm a quick decider, so.
Yeah, no worries.
Wow. Cannot be me.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So are we, which part of the creation process are we focusing on?
Let's see. You already have a descriptor, a type, which grants you your starting stat pool totals, a set of starting abilities, and I don't know if there you've selected all of the skills that you had. So on the PDF, that would be page, let's see, for the Protector, starts on page 38 of the PDF or 36 of the book.
All right. And we are rapidly paging over to there.
Open up your character sheet here.
There we
Whittier
go.
Gadby. Inquisitive Protector who helps their friends.
Yep. All right. So, and we're looking for skills at this point. Okay. So it looks like the I think it looks like I selected no need for weapons and the physical skills, training, and endurance.
Hello, dog.
Oh yeah, that's Eleanor.
Hello, Eleanor.
Cute name.
That is Bean, right?
Yeah, Bean.
Okay, yeah.
She has many names. She has Eleanor, Bean, Smells.
Eleanor Beansby?
Eleanor Beansby.
Ah, yes. I too, from Eleanor, make Bean.
Yes.
Adorable.
So, as a first-year Protector, your Protector stat pools start at 10, 10, and 8.
8. Yep. And then 6 additional points, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And then let's go ahead. Let's bump that intellect to 11, so that leaves 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
And let's give the remaining 3 to speed.
Speedy boy.
Yep.
I use boy here as a gender-neutral term.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
BOI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Then, I've already set your effort as 1.
Yep.
You are fit. You have a might edge of 1, a speed edge of 1, and an intellect edge of 0. So that's already set up. You are trained in 1 non-combat Protector-related area of knowledge, in which you are not already trained. That would be discerning motive, forensics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or tracking.
I believe, let me look at my notebook here. It looks like I went with perception.
Perception.
That is true, Tori.
I like how we're like, let's see stuff, because I'm also trained in perception.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have the careful observation, and I think I'm also trained in perception.
Yay.
Okay.
I think we are going for the eye.
Thank you for the fallout.
Glitch! Sorry.
There's lots of friends from Amelia here, and I love that.
Hello, Glitch. Hope you're doing wonderful.
So, Stranger Beast, you also get 2 ciphers at a time. And I'm going to generate some for you.
All right, sounds good.
Weapons. Your practice with light, medium, and heavy weapons. You suffer no penalty when using any kind of weapon.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I don't know if there is any particular toggle for that. Doesn't appear to be the case.
Oh, ciphers? Ciphers go in equipment.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
for the weapon training, I was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Abilities?
So,
No.
Protective
Oh, no,
abilities.
that goes in skills.
You're a physical person and no stranger to a fight. Are you a stranger to peace? Your main aim is to use these abilities to protect your friends and allies. Some of your abilities are constant, providing ongoing effects, and others are specific actions that usually cost points from one of your stat pools. You can choose 2 abilities from the list on page 37 of the book or 39 of the PDF.
You know, I had these already chosen, but then I'm like really thinking about it now, and I think we're actually going to go with one against many and slow them down.
Okay.
Ooh.
And one of your ciphers is tightrope.
Oh.
Let's see. Okay. That is level 6.
Okay.
Galvanized
really
by your
good.
plight, you add 2 to your speed edge for 1 hour because it is level 6.
Right.
So that is an ability, kind of like an ephemeral thing that you can use during your investigation.
Excellent. And is that a
that
thing
is
that
a
would come-
cipher.
Right.
It should
Does that
go
come
in your equipment.
That should go under equipment.
perfect? And the recharge time on that?
There is
no recharge.
Recharge. You
cool.
when you use it, you lose it. But when you rest, you can regain, you can gain new ones. Is actually the better way of saying it.
Gotcha,
So it's no recharge, it's just 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then the second cipher is, I think this is very fitting. Help from a stranger.
Aha.
That is level 3. You suddenly remember that you brought or were given a necessary item not recorded on your character sheet. Alternatively, you know how to cobble together a makeshift replacement for the needed item in a minute's time using materials at hand. Choose whichever fits the situation better.
Nice. Perfect.
So those are your ciphers.
Nice.
And of course, I
Welcome
had to
to the
give you
team.
help from a stranger because of your name.
Of course. Of course. It's like a law.
Still better than help from the stranger, I suppose.
Oh, yes.
This isn't my voice box.
Of course, silly.
I had to borrow this one.
All right.
Oh, you don't want to turn on the light.
I know. There's a chihuahua outside. Where do you go? Okay.
Oh, no. Bork.
Good luck, soldier.
I do not have that command.
I have to quell her rage by giving her like a small pet. It works for like 2 minutes.
it's snoozing the alarm.
Exactly. So, from here, what is the next step I need to tackle?
After selecting your type and your starting abilities, your ciphers,
relationships, right?
that would be your focus.
Yes.
And your focus is helps their friends.
Aww.
And under that chapter, you should also see 1 or 2 tier 1 abilities.
Yep.
A suggested connection to one of or more other players in the group, and perhaps some additional equipment. And this is part of what we had done, but not everything. So we need to do that for Alphonse and Amelia as well.
Sweet.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm currently still writing Help from a Stranger and Tightrope, but if there are any questions or things that arise from the focus, do let me know, and I'm happy to read up and help out.
So it's like, pick one of the connections, or do we have to roll for it?
Pick one.
Pick one, yeah.
Pick one.
Because rolling for relationships and stuff like that, I would only recommend if you know each other very well. Whereas, like, hey, we can just roleplay and roll with this no matter what. In this case, it's better to kind of like choose and check in with people.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do not like that the PDF does not allow me to copy text directly.
Oh, that's annoying. You guys have any idea?
As far as connection?
Yeah.
Let's see here. For mine, it's
I'm
I
gonna copy mine real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I can pick one of y'all. I can. The first time I saw a friend in trouble, I failed to offer aid. You don't know if your friend knows. You suspect not, but you're thinking about telling them. Pick one other PC. You helped your friend in some minor illicit activity, but now you feel guilty about it, and a bit angry, even though it was your choice to help. Or pick another. They've always been there for you, helped you when you couldn't help yourself. Or you both tried to help a mutual friend but failed. Now that mutual friend is gone, and you feel like it's your fault, and you're not sure if your friend blames you or not.
Wow.
So if any of those sounded like particularly compelling, I am up for developing any of those.
I already forgot all of them.
That's fine.
That's why I was typing mine. That's why I was putting mine in the chat.
Oh yeah, that
way
would
it's
be
for
smart.
reference.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put. I'm gonna sort of condense this
I'll
a bit.
also post mine. We can do like a trifecta thing.
Yeah. So for reference, I have pick one other PC. There's a true friend who got you started reading mysteries and detective fiction, which led to your current obsession. Pick one other PC. That character does not seem to trust or like you, but you feel compelled to win them over. That's one that I would rather avoid, because I think it's better to have people who are working well together at this particular moment in time.
Yeah.
We don't need a Tim yet. That character is a good sounding board. After you talk to them for an hour, you gain an asset on any knowledge-based task you were trained in, which is a little bonus. Or I was rivals with somebody in the past.
James is going to go to bed. Sleep well.
Rest well.
We love
Okay.
you.
Kamesy.
So, like, mine are all pick only one other PC, but it's their clumsiness and loud behavior irritates you. This character comes from the same place as you and you knew each other as children. You aid them with advice and a helping hand when they need it anytime the two of you are next to each other. Their gymnastics tasks are eased, or they owe you a significant amount of money.
My summation. I'm also going to share with chat here.
Oh, that's smart.
You failed to offer
guilt.
friend A. Do they know we did a crime together? Uh-oh, guilt. Thank you for being a friend when I sucked at life. We tried and failed to help a friend, and now, uh-oh, guilt.
Uh-oh, guilty.
Uh-oh.
You're dead now. I'm traumatized.
There we go.
I would recommend, in a group that don't know each other very well yet, like as players,
right,
to have connections where you can, where you know each other very well and you can help each other, and you want to help each other out.
Yeah. I was going to ask, does somebody feel like being a good sounding board? Because...
Well, I think I remember making my character very uncharismatic.
I can go ahead and be a good sounding board. Yeah. And in fact, that actually tracks with the one of the ability swaps that I could do, which is to say, friendly help. So that would actually provide a nice role playing foundation for an ability.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That works very well.
Okay. So, where should I put this? Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Whittier. Good.
So who would like to become an escape artist with me?
I am not very physical.
Maybe I'll help you out then, Alvarez.
I will copy this part. That way I have what that does. Okay. Yeah, I will probably need help with gymnastics. Those sound like might things to me.
Alright.
And my might is
I
very
am
weenie.
very mighty. I don't know how I did it, but I have a might of 17.
Oh wow.
That's a bit. There's quite a bit.
Let's see.
Do you have an edge of 1?
In might?
Or not?
I have only edge in speed and intellect, not in might.
Okay. Well, at least you have a good pool.
I am aided by Sock in gymnastics.
Yeah, I need to. Okay, so your character's called Isaac.
Yep. Isaac rocks.
Sure does. Okay, so we have a connection from Amelia to Alvrans. We have a connection from Alvrans to Stranger Peace. I think it would be harmonious to have a
Triforce.
relation from Stranger Peace to Amelia.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's see.
Any beneficial ones?
Yeah, the beneficial ones are thank you for being a friend when I sucked at life, which is to say, they've always been there for you and helped you when you couldn't help yourself. The other one is, hey, I messed up. I could have helped and I didn't. I feel real guilty about it. It's basically 3 guilts or thank you for being a friend.
I don't want you to feel guilty.
So let's go ahead and do the Golden Girls one here. Let's go ahead and thank you for being a friend when I sucked at life.
Don't worry, I got you, man. Even though I'm not very charismatic.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay because sometimes it's precisely the bluntness and the direction that I need. I get so caught up.
I love doing that as well.
Yeah.
And besides, you don't have to be charismatic. That's an ability from D&D.
Wow.
We are not playing D&D.
I'm just very blunt.
Yeah. So it helps refocus and get
focus.
Whittier out of his head.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's good.
Okay.
Ooh, very important question being asked in chat.
I've always felt the most kinship with Rose, weirdly enough, because Rose just kind of just does stuff sometimes. You're like, what, Rose? What the heck?
That's fair.
And plus, she's also from the upper Midwest. She's from Minnesota, so like I understand. Like coming from the worst part of the upper Midwest, I understand that she's where the general kind of culture she's coming from.
Hey.
All right.
Awesome.
Equipment.
Oh yeah, that one.
So, equipment is becoming a little ephemeral. You start with a set of appropriate clothing, 3 expensive items, 2 moderately priced items, and up to 4 inexpensive items.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a list.
There is a list in Chapter 5 Equipment where inexpensive items are things like a knife, car fare, a duct tape roll, gloves, thrift clothing. A moderately priced item could be a baton or a nightstick, a hunting knife, a slingshot, a backpack, binoculars, bolt cutters, a budget cell phone. Moderately priced items, continuing. Disguise kit, an electric lantern, an EMF detector, a survival
I'm
kit.
walking around with a chainsaw. That's a joke.
I'll have to look up weapon laws in this
But,
in Cardiff. Expensive items are
Remarkably
things.
easy to get an axe.
True.
It's pretty easy to get an axe in central London. That's true.
So expensive items could be an airline ticket, a laptop, a concealed microphone, night vision goggles, scuba gear, stylish clothing. And then there are very expensive items, exorbitant items, and priceless items, like an orbital space station.
Ah, yes, my spare safety orbital space station.
Exactly.
Yes.
How about my submachine gun that I
I
fit in my
can't
back
leave
pocket?
home without my copy of the ISS.
Right. I arrive on the research scene wearing a complete set of scuba gear.
I was about to say that.
All right.
Gentlemen, to begin.
Don't drown. You got this.
That's fine. We're just going to visit a little place called Lost John's Cave. It's fine.
Outer space is next.
Yeah.
So get your plane ticket. Oh no, wait, your orbital space station that you keep in your back pocket.
Right, right. So 3 expensive items, 2 moderately priced, 4 inexpensive.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Do we have any suggestions, any thoughts already?
Well, I think I would bring a camera.
Okay.
Like the hidden camera.
Things that I have grabbed already: night vision goggles, a smartphone, a first aid kit, and a concealable microphone.
All right.
Am I bringing a smartphone?
You could.
Well, it's like one of the things that you always have with you, honestly. So, yeah.
Some people don't.
I cannot imagine not having a smartphone anymore. It's so ingrained into me now. It's also the same with like smartphones having covers. Like sometimes I see phones that are just like bare. I'm like, where's the protection? If you drop your phone, it's going to die.
I have luckily not killed my phone by being clumsy with it. And I have been clumsy with it.
Congrats.
There are a couple of scrapes on the screen that I like, okay, I can tell that there is a scratch, which sucks.
Not this. Okay. What am I doing?
I need a bee suit. That's what I need. No, I know what I'm gonna get.
So my expensive items are going to be the extendable baton, the cold weather camping gear, and the hazmat suit with the respirator.
Oh.
Wow. DM question: what would a sewing kit fall under?
A sewing kit? As in what? How priced would that be? Is the question?
Well, I have a tiny sewing kit that's like $10.
That'd be inexpensive.
That would be inexpensive. Okay. Yeah. I will consider you the expert on this. And you can decide whether or not something is like, whether you can fix something with that sewing kit.
Sure. Then it'll be a little bit more expensive, but still inexpensive.
Yeah, that could be inexpensive. That's no problem. But more in the sense of like
better scissors.
I don't necessarily know what you can do with that, because I think you know better what you can do with that.
I have my experience with the sewing kit on the go. By ripping a whole dress apart.
I'm assuming you can't make like a garment from scratch with a sewing kit, but you can fix stuff. Yeah.
Has like safety pins and a pair of scissors. Lots of different colors thread.
A set of needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such and so.
That's fair.
Okay.
I have all.
I have
chosen. Go
ahead.
Same.
Good.
Excellent.
I'm going to be indecisive for a whole other hour, so we can move on, and I'll look at it later. Before the next session.
Before the next session, I'll hold you to that.
I think that's about it, though.
If you haven't finished assigning points to your stat pools or choosing your tier 1 type abilities, do so now. I'm very glad that they made that an extra point as a reminder for people.
Awesome.
Tell the GM how many ciphers you can have, and they'll tell you which cipher you start with. I did that.
Yippee!
Yay!
Given that we're going to be running a one-shot, I don't know if we're going to choose... sorry. I don't know if we're going to choose a character arc. Those deal with advancement. I would ask you to look through chapter 8 and kind of, if there is something that you find interesting, you can choose them. But I don't know how far we're going to go into this.
That's the story part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Ooh, freaky art.
Indeed.
I'm still happy that we got official art for Jane.
Oh,
My
yeah.
cosplay was inaccurate.
Uh-oh.
Redo, but my girlfriend won't like it.
I would say your character, your cosplay was,
Family friendly.
yeah, sort of. What's the word? An artist's interpretation.
Correct.
But with
My
that said...
grandmothers did not like it.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. With that said, we've done most of character creation. We know a little bit about each other. And I think with that, we'll go and figure out when to do our actual investigation.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Once
Also-
again. Oh, yep.
My character arc will definitely be my missing twin, who is also conveniently called Sock.
Sock left, and then sock right.
Correct. No, wait. The other Sock is the different spelling of the last name.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I don't know how they did that, but it's like that.
It is a weird family tree. It's more of a pincushion than a tree.
Exactly. Sock and sock.
Yes. Thank
But
you.
then with 2 dots on the O.
To look.
Exactly.
It is nearing one of our players' cutoff time. Thank you, Alvarans. Thank you, Amelia, Girl of Diamond. And thank you, Stranger Peace,
Of
for
course.
being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you.
It was a delight to hang out and kind of do this brainstorming for the statement. I realized then when it comes to statements, I want to write it.
Next statement.
I will say,
New one shot.
I had some ideas for a statement or for like an investigation that did come to fruition here somewhat.
Good.
But there's definitely some room for other stuff.
So once we all have time again.
Yes. So I'm going to do one more shout out. I'm not going to run the videos, but for those who want to follow you all, I'll just make sure that you have the links to your not Discord, your Twitch accounts.
Alvarans.
There you go. Go click on the things and follow the buttons and press the notifications and stuff. So you can go and see some really cool folks. I would also like to thank everyone who followed today. That's very kind. I don't think I'm going to hit 500 by the end of this year. That's okay. I've gotten very close, and I'm very happy with that.
Hey, you
Next-
reached 420. That's nice.
I got 420 this year. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think with that we're going to call it here. The next session for the Magnus archives will be announced soon when we figured out a date. My next stream is actually also with Alvarans, as we're playing Scion, with Alvarans being my storyteller there. And other stuff. We are going to have one more session of Hyrule Chronicles before Christmas on Monday. I don't think I'm going to stream between Scion and Hyrule Chronicles. I have some stuff on Friday. But thank you all so much. If we have a raid target, I would like to hear from people.
See who's streaming.
Wait, is Sunberry still in the...
Oh,
Yes,
Sunbury's
Sunbury's
alive?
still streaming.
Oh, then
Yeah.
absolutely we're going to go Sunbury.
I'm just
Sunbury.
verifying that Sun's not ending. No, Sun's in the middle of a battle. So
Wonderful. We're
Let's
going
go
to
bother
raid
her
into
about
Sun.
it.
Sunbury is one of my good friends and fellow Plainsmeld leaders. If you want to join the Plainsmeld Discord, you can. Make sure that you accept the rules, and then you get your permissions to join the entirety of the server. We try and keep things separate so that you can select what you want to engage with and what you do not want to engage with. We tend to be very chill, so you're all very welcome there. And with that, we are going to raid into Sunbury's stream. I will show some messages that you can copy here. One is for people with a subscription, one is for people without. The only thing that you get with subscription is emotes and a very grateful me, but other than that, there's really no need. I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your day. I have been Cress, I am Cress, and I will be Cress Nether for at least some time. Have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye!
Bye-bye!
And I need to press the button. There.
Good.